So, okay. So now when we add some content here, it should add here also. Okay. But when I reload this page, it's going to disappear from here. But because we are not we are not fetching anywhere from like kind of a local storage or database like that. Okay. So that is the problem. So we're going to fix this now. So to fix this, we're going to use a local storage. Basically like last time, I think I teach you about the local storage, right? In the last session. It's
Yes,
a
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yeah, we're going to store that in a application.
Browser.
Yeah, in the browser. So after that, we're going to fetch the data from in the browser. So it's very simple. So first step, what should we need? First step, we should want to store that in a application. Okay, so we'll do that. So now coming back here in the JavaScript. So what I'm going to do, first we do the add task. Okay, when we add, so we should want to submit that in a local storage. So to do that, when I will come back here, so this is the add task. Once everything is done, I'm going to make a function here. This function is store in local storage. Okay, so I'll store task in local storage. Okay, so it takes a this function takes a parameter of this task input value, what we are actually typing in the input. Okay, so I'll put here, we should want to create this function. Now we didn't create yet, so we should want to create that. So now the second step, okay, the function we created, logic is okay. So now I will create the function here. So I will keep it like here, remove task. Okay, we'll keep here. This one is a store task. So now what I'm going to do, so the thing is, so function, I'm going to create a function. So the function name is this one. This function takes a task input dot value. Okay, so I'll get it the parameter name called task. So I'll console log and show you what is the actual task what we getting here. Okay, so here I'll put I am coming from ls. I'll keep like this. So if I come back here, I will open the inspect. Now when the console, get into the console, when I submit something here, so it return I am coming from local storage. Okay, so why the task is not working here? The task takes a input value, everything should want to work properly. Why this is not working? Okay, I think it should work. Coming from, why this is not working? So here console.log task. So I'm running this function here. Okay, so everything is right. So now what I'm going to do, so I should want to, so want to get the task input here. Did the task input is coming? Task input dot value. If I do like this, what I'm going to get here? Okay, so I can keep this like here. The problem, I know what the problem. I will tell you what happened now. I find the problem now. So if I come back and I will take look here, now it's going to return. Okay, because what happening here, I'm calling this function after I'm clearing the input. You see, after the input value is equal to none, I'm calling the function after this. So that's what we are not getting any value in from the input. Okay, so I'm come from ls. So if now you see this is now we are now clearing the task. Okay, the JavaScript is going to run each and one by line. Okay, so understood that first. That is the main thing you should want to understand. So if I call this function, it should check each and every line one by one. Okay, but it will happen within a second. Here, what happened after I clear this input element here, I'm calling this function. There is no task input dot value. Okay, so if you see, if I add this, you see I'm not getting the task here. Okay, but if I move this function to the top level of here, now I can get this function value. Okay, so if I come back and I will submit here, so I could get the value after this function runs only. This is going to get clear. Okay, you understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the input I'm getting, okay, this function is running here. I'm coming from ls. It's actually coming from this inside this function. So I'm pass as a parameter as a task input value. I'm getting that in this task. Okay, everything is fine. We should want to store that in a local storage. To do that, what should I'm going to do? First step, I'm going to create some variable here. TASKS. Okay, the task variable. So this is now undefined. So here I want to check. Okay, I will show you something here. So console.log local storage dot get item. Okay, there is no item as a task. Okay, as a task. So now I'm just getting from the, I'm just now get some item from local storage. If I come back and I see the console, when I submit, it's going to return as a null. Okay, if I check, it's going to return as a null because there is nothing here. Okay, if you see, don't worry about this. This is not in our part of case. Okay, so if you see, there is no key or the value. Okay, I should want to set something. So there is nothing
Sir, it was showing in the session layer, sir.
What, bro?
Application, it was showing session layer, sir.
Session.
Session storage, sir.
Why should we want to session storage? Once we close the browser, it's going to delete from here, right?
No, sir. What I'm saying is in application, it was showing the session storage, sir. Local storage.
Okay. So even though if I come back here, so I will delete this one. Okay. So if you see, there is there is no key and the value. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, even though it's going to return null only because there is nothing there. If I submit here, it's going to return null. What that means? So if there is nothing in the application, it's going to return as a null. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set something in the local storage dot set item. I'm going to set as a task the name, say the name as the key name, and the key value is just I'll give a test. Okay, if I set here, okay, now I will console, I will just command this out. Now I'll set something. When I submit here, now I can able to see the task and test here, the value. Okay, after that, I will just console log here. I will now uncommand this. So when I get from the local storage, what I'm going to get, we'll check that. So if I do that, I'm going to get test. Okay, because now the value is coming here. Okay, because when I'm getting the value is now coming from there. Okay, so everything is fine. So now what we should want to know, the logic we should want to use here. Okay, if local storage, okay, basically what we are going to do, we are going to insert array here because we're going to have a lot of in list element here, right? So we should want to take all these things into a array of collection of array. So here I'll put a local storage dot get item. Okay, get item, I'm going to check the tasks is equal to null means, okay, if it is nothing there, I want to make sure this variable is equal to empty array. Okay, so remember this. So I'll clear this out. Okay, I will come back here. After here, I'll just console log the task. So I'm coming back here. If I submit this, now there is nothing here. Okay, if I come back here, I can see undefined. What happened? So the task we get, okay, the empty task, right? So if it is null, we should want to set the task equal to empty array. Okay, everything is fine. So if it is null, it should want to set okay, I made some mistake here. That's the problem. So I want to wrap this inside a wrapper like this. So get item, sorry, the get item is equal to null means, okay, If the local storage at get item task is equal to null means I want to create this empty array. If I coming back here, if I save, there is nothing here. Okay, you see there is no value here. If I submit this, I can now get the empty array. Okay, inside this array, I'm going to push all the list values. Okay, what I'm submitting from here, the string. So now I created this array, everything is fine. So I'll console log this, console log step 1. Okay, I will show you why I'm using the console log here. So now we have this empty array. Okay, everything is fine. Else, okay, if it is not, if it is there any value, I should want to get the task dot, basically what we should want to do. We cannot able to store direct array to in a local storage. Okay, we couldn't able to store a actual array here. We should want to store is a string only, because the local storage won't be allowed to store as an reference type kind of object or a array kind of things. Okay, we should want to make that change to a string. So to make a string, I'll show you something. Afterwards, I will take this this JSON stringify and all. We're going to use that in when we get into API. Okay, so now I'll just give you some simple example. So a common use of JSON to exchange data to form. No, we don't need this. So imagine we have the object in JavaScript. So this is an object. Okay, name John, age 30, city of New York. So use the function JSON.stringify to convert into a string. For example, now this JSON takes a stringify object. Okay, this is the object they are actually passing. So now I'll just copy this here. So I'll just I'll just command this for now. Okay. So the object is here. What I'm going to do, console.log change obj to string is equal to object dot, sorry, JSON dot stringify. I'm going to pass this object because I want to convert this object to a string. Okay. If I console.log change object to string, and if I check this type of change to object to string, I'll put here also. I'll put the object here also. Okay, the type of object. Okay, everything is fine. So now if I come back here, you see here it's returning as an object. Okay, it's returning as an object. Now it is basically a string. It is not an object. Okay, remember that it is not an object because you see in the object there is no quotation, right? There is no quotation. I will console log the object also. So here I'll console log the object. So now you see it's returning as an object, but here you see it has a 2 quotation here in the name also, in the age also, and for the city. Okay, so basically it's a string. I have some network issue. Okay, bro. What you gonna do? So okay, we'll get this. So now we change that original object to an JSON stringify. Okay, now it's returning the type of string. Okay, so everything is fine. The same logic we should want to apply. Afterwards, I will take this deep understanding of JSON, everything, the data. So don't worry about that. So now I'll just show you now. So I show you that I told you that we cannot able to store a direct original object in a local storage. So we should want to make changes to string. Okay. Can you send the recorded videos after the completion of the class? So now everything is done. Okay, so if there is nothing in local storage, we should want to create an empty array. Then I'm consoling step 1. So if it is there something, what I want to do, I want to get JSON dot parse. Okay, I will show you what is parse also. So local storage dot get item, I'm getting something from the local storage. The key name is task. Okay, so done. So now what I'm going to do, I will just again I will command this out. Now I'm going to have a JSON. Wait, you see they are converting to the array also. Okay, to the JSON stringify. Now what I'm going to do, I'll get this one. So I'll get this. Okay, I'll get this array. This is basically a string. Okay. So now I'm going to keep this const string array is equal to string array is equal to the array I copied from here. Okay, so I should want to wrap this like this, I think, for the JSON array. Okay, I think this is an array. So wait 1 minute, I will show you that. Const array is equal to actual array. Then I'll put console.log JSON dot stringify. I'm changing that original array to JSON dot the string to I'm going to make it as a string. So if I check this, I can get the array of this is not an array. Okay, if I console log here, if I check var x equal to JSON dot stringify, then I'll put here. Okay. So console log x and type of x. So now you see this is a string. Okay, this is not an original array, remember that. So I'll copy this. Now you know this x is actually a string. Okay, I'm going to parse this. So now what I'm going to var y is equal to JSON dot parse. So we can parse the string to a original object now. Okay, the original array we're going to pass it. So I'm going to pass the x here. So I want to make sure to parse that. So console.log, this is y. Okay, so y is the y I'm passing here. So this one should be an x. So the x, and here I should want to pass the x. So now the x is string and the y is original array. Okay, you see now the x is actually a string of array and the y is actually a original array. Basically, the stringify method is going to convert the original array or original object to a stringify. The parse method is going to convert the string to a original method. You understand?
Yes, sir. Why is again like converting it into array?
What, brother?
Why is again converting the string into array, right?
Yeah. The stringify method is going to convert the original array to stringify. Okay.
String.
The parse is going to convert the string to an original array.
Original array.
That's all. So now I'll take this one. So now I'll get the I'm actually going to store I'm going to set that in a local storage as a stringify only. When I get something from the local storage, I should want to parse it out. Okay, so that's what I'm using. Now you will understand. Okay, so now after that, what I'm going to do, if it is there something I'm getting from there, I want to push some task dot push. The push, what I'm going to push, the task value. Okay, the value I'm getting from the input. So if I come back here, now here I'm going to set local storage dot set item as a key of task, then JSON dot stringify as a stringify. I want to pass it as a task. Okay, the actual array. Now we should changing this. Now we should take this array and changing to string and set back into the local storage. Okay, so now what I do, I will just do the console log here. This one is step 2. After step 1, always step 2 only. Always step 2 only run. So I'll keep this. I'll take this out now. Okay. So there is nothing here. Okay, remember this. So you see, when I first submitted, when the first submission happened, this is going to run this if statement. Okay, it's going to create the empty and it's going to push some value to the task. Okay, remember that. That's what I put the console here. Okay, so now I will type something here running. Okay, I will submit here. I got added the array here running. Okay, when I come back to the console, I can see the step 1 here. Okay, now this if statement runs. This one is runs because basically when the first submission happened, it's going to check the local storage get item task. There is nothing it couldn't find. So what it did, it did some empty array for us. Then it pushed something into that array. The value we are you are getting from this input value. Okay, from the task input value, everything is fine. So what is going to happen when the second time when we submit? Okay, when we submit in the second time, it's going to check the if statement. So it's going to find something in the application. Okay, so that we already stored here. You see the running is there. Now that time it skipped this if statement and always it's going to run the step 2 only. Okay, find something, there is no null, then it should get something from there in the task. So when it gets something, after that what happened, it's going to put from the existing array. Okay, so now I'll put walking here. Okay, if I submit here, I now the walking also set here, but if I come back here after step 1, always step 2. Okay, if I put eating, this time also it's going to run the after set step 1, always step 2 only run. Okay, now for the first time only this if statement is going to run, it's going to set a empty array and it's going to push it some task value here. If there is something, this is going to look only for the else statement, because we should want to get the existing array value also. Okay, then only we can know already there something values inside an array. So inside that existing array, I'm going to push the task also. Every time I push, it's going to load in the end of the array. Okay, that's what it's returning like this. Okay, remember this, you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so basically at last when we get all the array here, when we push to the array, basically we setting this we set this array to a local storage as a stringify. Okay, everything is done, but now this running and walking is here, but if I refresh this, it's going to disappear. Okay, because now you see the value is still in the local storage, the local storage is not clearing out. Even though if I refresh this, I couldn't delete this one. Okay, that this is not deleting from here. I should want to get that value when the page loads. Okay, so to do that, I want to use a DOM content load as a event. Okay, DOM, you know what is DOM? The DOM is actually the DOM document. Okay, DOM content load event listener. So what it's going to do, we'll check this. So window DOM content loaded event. So the DOM content loaded event when event fires when the HTML document has been completely parsed. The parsed means when completely done. Okay, when the load completely done. So that's what it is, very simple. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'll just show you here. So here I'll put some DOM load event. Okay, DOM load event. So document dot add event listener. I'm directly adding to the document because we should want to set the event to the document only. When DOM content loaded, okay, I'm just want to run some here. For example, now I'll just put test. Okay, the function name is test. I'm just going to create the function here. The function test. I'll put console log DOM loaded. Okay, so when I come back here, now we can see the DOM loaded in the console. If I come to the console, you see the DOM is loaded here. Okay, if I refresh this, I can get the DOM loaded, because when after the document loaded, it's going to console log this one. Okay, that's the reason. When the document completely loaded, it's going to console log the DOM. That's all. So now we know whenever the DOM loaded completed, we should want to fetch the data from the local storage and want to show here. That's our logic. Okay, so the step what we're going to do, I'll just change this function name, get task. Okay, get task. So I'll put here get task ls. I'll keep like ls from local storage. So I'll keep it like this way, get task ls. So the first step, what should I want to do? I want to check if it is there something in a document or not. Okay, I'm going to copy this one. Okay, I'll just copy this for now. Just copy this and I'll paste here. When the DOM loader, the DOM is going to check the local storage at get item task. If it is nothing, it's going to set some empty array for us. Okay, the step 1 is going to run that time. I will keep it like this way. Then else I'm going to parse something from the get item. Okay, we don't want to set here, because whenever we add something, we should want to set, but there is no logic to set here. Okay, we're just only getting from the local storage. So now we know the task is actual array, everything is done. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm going to loop through that. Task is an array. We can use a for each here. The for each takes a function, each and every iteration for the element inside the array. So the singular I'm giving task. Okay, console.log task now. Okay, so now in the application, we have 3 value: running, walking, eating. Everything is consoling here. You see, running, walking, eating. Step 1 always run, always step 2 after step 1 always step 2 only run. It's when the DOM loaded, it's went and check the local storage get item task key. So there is some values there, so that it skip this if statement. Actually jump to the else statement, and it's find the get item, and then it's now the array is there. Okay, we are looping the array using for each and consoling the task. Okay, now we get all the value. So this is the value what we're going to show here. Okay, so now everything is done. So I will take this console. You understand, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is very simple. I'll just copy all these things from here. Okay, from here to task list. Okay, from here to here. I'll just go and put it here. That's all. When DOM loaded, instead of passing a task input value as a create value, I want to pass the task here. Okay, for the create text node. So everything is done. It's going to create a li when the DOM using when the for each going to happen, and also it's going to set some class for us, and append child the create text node, the actual task, it's coming from the local storage as a value. Then creating a, and the a has a, we are setting some class to the a, and we are adding icon to that inner HTML to the link. Everything is done. We are append the child to the link, and then we are using the UL, and also we are append inside to the UL. Okay, the task list dot append child, the LI. So if I come back here, I can see everything here. You see, even though if I refresh this page, I can get the same value from here. Okay, now if I clear from here, now I couldn't able to get anything because there is a value here. Okay, remember this. So again, I will give running, and if I save this, even if I refresh this, I couldn't, it couldn't delete from here. It always stay here because we stored in the local storage and we fetch from the local storage and showing here. Okay, I'll put some other walking, eating. Okay, so now add is done. So we added dynamic to a local storage using this function, and this function we created, everything is done. After that, we just check, we just get the task from the local storage using, we are checking the local storage here. After everything is done, we're going to pass from the local storage and set to the actual array. Then we are looping through the array using for each. Then we're going to get the inside each and every element. We're going to we created using the like, how do I say that, we create some element here and we passing the value here. We should want to delete from from the local storage, right? So if I come back here, if I click this one, nothing going to happen. Okay, now it's going to clear from here. The UI is clearing, but if I refresh this, it's going to come. It's because the local storage is not clearing out. So we should want to work it for it. So now I'm coming back to the remove task. Okay, the remove task takes a function of remove, like I want to keep inside this statement. After here, remove from ls. Okay, so remove task from, I'll keep ls for the local storage. So I just want to pass the whole parent here. Okay, the parent, this is the parent I need. I will keep it like this way. Okay, local storage. So coming back here, so this function here, I'm going to create a remove local storage function. Remove from, we keep like remove from ls. Okay, so the function name, this function is a task item. So I will console log the task item. So function. Okay. If I come back here, if I click this one, what I'm going to get? I'm going to get the actual LI. You see, I pass the E dot target at parent element. Here we have what? A. The A of parent element, LI. Everything we got here, right? So I'm directly passing that here. E dot target and the parent element of the parent element. It's going to return I'm getting from here the task item. Okay. When I console log, I just get the actual LI. So everything is fine now. Now the step what we do here, we should want to, I will show you that. So this is some tricky part. So I will show you that. Not a tricky part, it's very easy only. So the same thing, I want to check if there is anything in local storage. Every time I should want to check that. So I'll copy from here. Coming back to the local remove function. So it's going to check if there is something. If it is null, we should want to set it to empty. So if it is there, if it is nothing, it should set some empty array. If it is there something, it should going to parse from the local storage. Okay, so everything is done when I click this. So now what I want to do, I want to loop through here. Okay, task is an array dot for each takes a function. The function takes a two thing. One is task and another one is the index. Okay. So I'll console log the task, console log the index. So now everything is fine now. So if I come back here, when I click this one, I will get running 0, walking is in 1 index, eating is in 2 index. Okay, because basically that is an array. It's coming from an array. So that's what we get the index of that. Okay, I will show you why I get the index. Okay, so everything is fine. Now the simple, we don't need, yeah, okay. Now that it is very simple logic. Okay, we know in the 0 index, we have a running. In the 1 index, we have a walking. In the 2 index, we have the eating. Okay, that is the logic. So the logic I'm going to implement using this index, the thing is, if task item, okay, if the task item, remember that the task item, where is the task item? Actually this one. Okay, if the task item is basically what, the actual LI. Okay, remember this, the task item is an LI, remember that. So I need the text content of the LI. Okay, text content is equal to the task. When I'm looping through, I'm get the each and every iteration of the task. If the LI task content is equal to the task, we know we should want to delete that one. Okay, from the array in a local storage. So the task item dot text content is equal to the task what I'm getting. Okay, so if it is equal, I should want to get the task array from the here. Okay, the task array want to splice out. Splice. Okay, splice method. We are using a splice method. So if it is if we got this, we also got the index of that. Okay, so we got the index of that particular string. I want to delete from that index only one element. Okay, so everything is done. So that's all. After that, we should want to update the local storage also, because we remove something from here. Local storage set item the task. Then we should want to pass it as a JSON.stringify the task what modified here. Okay, so everything is done. So if I come back here, I can see the running here. If I click this one, it show me some alert. If I click this, now you see here also clearing. If I refresh this, it shouldn't show. Okay, it is very simple logic. Basically what we did, I loop through the array here. I take the task and index of the array, going to take the task input. This is the task item. Okay, this is an actually LI. The task item is an LI. Remember this, the task item is LI. I'll keep it like this. The task item is LI. So when the task item dot text content is equal to the task, okay, I will put here one more thing. I'll just console log the task item. Task, where is that? Task item dot text content. I'll get this and I'll put here. Okay, and also the index. So I'll come and check it back here. So if I click this in the console, okay, I'll click this here. So now you see walking is 0. We get that, okay, walking and the 0 index. So we get the walking from the task inside the li.x content and also get the index here, okay. The index I want to pass, where should I want to delete, how many element I want to delete from there, only one, the 0 index only. So I should want to pass the 1 here. I already teach you the splice method. So that's what I told you. When I teach something, it is very, I'm just taking only the important concept. Okay, what are the methods we're going to use in our application? Like for example, in the array, we can see the splice method. You see, I told you the splice method. Okay, the same method we are using here. 99%, if you want to modify something kind of these kinds of things, you should only use the splice method only. Okay, again I will tell you, the task input or text content is equal to the task. When I'm looping through, I know that is the element I should want to delete, so that I can get the index element also using the index. So I can splice out from the array using the I can now splice from this array using the splice method, the index I'm passing here, and also how many element I should want to delete from the array, that is only one. Okay, so this is cool. So the clear task is very easy, you understand?
Yes, sir.
You should want to work it out, but I know this is very
Yeah.
from the beginning it's very hard, but if you work it out, you should, this is very easy. Okay, this is very, very easy. You should want to practice this. So that's what I'm saying. Whenever you have a time, just give some time to programming. Without giving any time to this programming, it is very hard to learn. Okay, so even when I start my career as a programmer, I didn't give any time to learn like this kinds of thing, because and also I don't have this kinds of tutor to teach me like this way. So even though like when I was in a startup company, they didn't teach me anything. They basically come directly and they say this task you do like this. So I should go to the YouTube, and I learned a lot of things like that way. So now I'm here. Okay, so you should, I know what's going to happen when you also practice. So you can get some lot of doubts and all. Okay,
Errors. Yeah.
that time only you can able to understand what's actually happening here. Okay, so you should want to practice. So the practice only makes you improvement. So please remember that and try to practice out. Okay, so the second step, we should want to clear this out. So I'll take this one. Okay, I'll keep this like here. So the clear is very easy. What I'm going to do here, where is the clear function? After this, remove storage. So this is a filter, we don't need that. So this is a clear task. So here I'm going to create a function called clear from ls. Okay, so here I'll put a function clear clear task task from storage. Okay, so I want to create this function. After here, I should create the function clear task. This is very simple. What I'm going to do here, just call local storage dot clear. That's all. Okay, so when I come back here, if there's only eating, so I'll add running here. Walk, then that's all. Okay, so if I come back here, if I click this, so it should delete from here. Even though if I refresh, it can stay. If I click this clear task, so it should clear from here. Even though if I refresh this page, I couldn't get anything. Okay, so this is very simple. So today go and learn this. So I will take this command from here, from the remove. I will keep this one and this one command. Okay, I will leave it. I will leave this. So that's it today. So I know there is a lot of confusion is going in your mind when this is a first project, right? So we're going to build a lot of, even a big project using only the JavaScript. Okay, so this is the basic, this is the starting point of the project, understanding how these functions and how the elements creating dynamical way, how we are deleting from local store and deleting in the UI also. This is the starting. We're going to learn a lot of advanced thing and also the complex way of doing some logical thinking also. So far, this is good to learn from here. So you take time for this to learn. Okay. So just learn this. Then only you can able to understand upcoming session, what we're going to learn about the object. And also we're going to create using object as a function, OOPS concept. Then we're going to learn about fetch API, and we want to work some database like mock database, everything we should want to learn. So before we get into there, you should want to make sure to keep some good understanding of this project. Okay. So today go and learn this. So then only you can able to, so please don't keep like don't like your mind will say that we can learn tomorrow. Don't do that. Go and learn this today. But here today onwards, whatever we are learning so far, no problem. So today onwards, just stick with just give some 30 minutes of time to learn this. Okay. So it is very simple only. So now what the doubt you are having in this application when we created the time we created?
I don't have at present, but maybe in next session I can come up with some
Yeah,
doubt
if
after practicing.
you practice only, you can able to get some doubt. Okay. Without
Yeah.
practice, you don't even know what doubt you are actually having inside yourself. That's the problem in the programming. When I'm explaining you everything, you can able to understand all everything. Oh, that's not a problem. But when you try to implement this by yourself, even if you watching this code and if you do the same project, you will get lot of doubts. Okay. So that I'm asking you, please go and practice this. Today onwards, just stick with this. Okay. You should want to practice the, so that's what I'm saying. Okay. So Santosh, you have any I think there's Santosh is leave from here, right? So Asima, how are you doing?
Sir, I received sir, but now only I am attending the class.
Yeah, okay, I know that. So just go and watch the
Yes, sir.
recorded video. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So that only I want today I will send this recorded video. Okay, because yesterday did you
Yeah, from Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday also pending.
Monday?
From Monday to Wednesday, the videos are not posted. Those videos are also
Okay, brother.
pending.
I will ask them today. I will ask them after this. I will call to the boy and I will ask them. Okay.
And my few lectures from DOM is also remaining to practice. So if we
Okay.
can
So
have
what
a
I do
class
now?
directly on Monday, na, so I can cope up in
So
3 days.
what I do now? I will just send the yesterday video and today video. Okay.
Okay.
I will send you the link now after when the process is completed, when I close this call. Then you go and learn yesterday video also and today video also. Try to learn this when you come tomorrow. Okay. So when you come
Okay.
tomorrow, you should want to complete this project, even though like even like you how do I say that? Without what I giving you a idea, don't watch the video. Try to understand the code without watching my video again, because if you watch that, you're just making some copy. You don't even watching this code what we wrote like this way. So you should want to make sure to do watching without the video. Okay. So that is very
Okay,
good
sir.
idea. So Asima, there is no idea that you should want to watch, because yesterday also you didn't attend the class, right? So just go and watch the video link. I will send you now. Okay. So I will send you the yesterday video and also the today video. Go and carry on the both video and just try to create this project. Okay. Don't worry
Okay,
about
sir.
the styling and all. Just keep copy and paste the styling. The styling doesn't matter. It is very simple only. Okay. But this thing is very important. The functional base is very important. So you should want to focus on functional thing. So try to understand this function, how we did. So everything is very simple. Each and every line I made a command also. Okay. You can able to understand what we are doing. I didn't leave anything. Okay. Every time, even though you don't, some people will do, even though when they are attending the class, they take some notes. Okay. That is a bad thing. So that's what I'm using some command to help you. So this each and every line I'm making some command. So upcoming every project, I'm going to do the same practice what I'm doing now. Okay. Each and every line I'm going to give some commands to you, so that you don't want to take any notes, because we already have the notes here. Okay, when we doing the
Okay, sir.
project and also everything. So today go and practice this. So I know when it is starting very difficult, but once you're done, it's very helpful only. Okay. So shall we close?
Yes, sir.
And also I will put I'll push this code
Yeah,
into.
push.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Just 2 minutes. We'll run the JavaScript. Oh. Get the okay, brother. You go and get the code from GitHub, okay, and
Yeah.
try to practice out. Okay, take care. Bye, Asima. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.